I haven't been having such a good time lately because I've been reading Emerson, and even worse, Henry Thoreau. You know Henry. Built a cabin in the woods. Bragged that he did it for $28. But considering he didn't own the land that he built his house upon, but he did get permission from Mr. Emerson, who actually did own the land. So, oh, lordy, lordy, lordy. Simplify your life, he says. Really? Very interesting. It's all very well and good when you can rely upon the kindness of strangers, yes. But if he had had to buy the land, But then he goes on to complain about all these poor rich men who inherited all this stuff and then has to get rid of it. Really? Why? Sell it if you can. Use it if you can. Give it away if you want to. I mean, life is not all that hard, really. You make your choice and the consequences come. But geez. It's not when we can't read the words, it's just a geez, must you go on? Fellas, every stray thought crosses your mind. You must pack it in there somehow. Civil disobedience. Why? Because. But I have my time. Yeah, you have your time and then you're gone. Poof. Just like Thoreau. That was it. That was him. That was all. That was all it was. And then tuberculosis took him out as a young man. Didn't get married. Didn't have kids. Didn't have any. Yeah. It was just. That was that. You had your writing and then it stopped and you're no more. And that's all you leave. Which is fine, I suppose, but you had your time. Yes. As if you couldn't build a house and have kids and have a wife. Oh, Lord, 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 Lord. You know, you can do pretty much what you want to do. You can have a career, you can get married, you can have kids all at the same time. Even if you are a woman. Good Lord, it wasn't that difficult. And I say this, of course, because, it's what I did. And we all judge by ourselves now, don't we? If I can do it, you can do it. You've heard it before. North Main Auto. If I can do it, you can do it. But would you want to? Anyway, Emerson. Smarter man. But must he record every stray thought? It's almost as bad as reading Dickens. Honestly, these transcendentalists. Now, but I was also reading Hawthorne. Now, you might think of Hawthorne as the Seven Gables, the Scarlet Letter, the gruesome, gloomy. But you should read his Buds and Bird Song. No, Buds and Bird Voices. That essay. And then I heard him described by Mr. Lowe as being gentle. And yes, he was. He was a very nice man. And what he wrote is elegant. Especially the buds and bird songs. Bird voices. Oh, gosh. Because, yes, it is nice to go outside and sit down in your patio in the backyard and listen to bird voices. It's great. I make sure to do it every day when it's nice outside. Now, that's good. That's very good. I haven't read any Longfellow yet. Yes, I have. What am I saying? Of course I have. I've read The Courtship of Miles Standish. No, that's not a story. It's a ballad of some kind. But, it just happens to be true. As far as it goes. I mean, there is a John Alden, there is a Priscilla who married him. And there was a Miles Standish. And I know about Miles Standish because he married an Allen girl. So, yes. And they even said so. The Mayflower Society has this whole series of the families, the Mayflower families, out to the 5th generation. And volume 13 tells you the first 5 generations of the Standish family. And on page 6, there it is. Josiah Standish, lieutenant. Yes. Married one Sarah Allen from Braintree, whose father was named Samuel, and his wife was named Anne. So, yes. And yes, Priscilla, and all, yeah. It's all in there. But frankly, Standish doesn't come out looking all too good in that little ditty. But Emerson, yeah, it's a little turgid, but you can get through it. He's not entirely dunderhead. No, it's just that he writes like a old man. Henry David Thoreau. God. Pompous, condescending, boring. I mean, he gets an idea, and that's all you get for the next, 20 pages. Simplify. Jeez. Now, I tell you who to read. Walt Whitman. Now, there's a guy who knows what it means to have red blood soaring through your veins. Yeah, it's just, and what the man went through. Oh, Lordy. All those years healing the sick from the Civil War. Oh, man. Chaplain Longfellow. Oh, dear. Yeah. It's enough to break your heart. But no, I didn't read any Emily Dickens. I read some letters, but I hope you're wonderful. I made pancakes today. I have such difficulty getting servants. Keeping servants. But what can you expect from a girl who doesn't leave her house? Bad as the Bronte sisters. Lord. Oh. Please. Oh, I'm gonna die of melancholy. Oh, yeah? Really? That's all the spunk you got in you, girl. That's it, huh? Let me take her away onto my piano. Ah. Please, stick a lily on your chest and just lay there. As you can tell, I'm not impressed. Oh, you silly widgeons. It's almost as bad as, the transformed wife. Please, come here so I can kick you. God. Nothing worse than girls who think their only reason for being is to be somebody's blow-up doll. Sex toy thing. Alright. Lie there like a dead mackerel, maybe? I don't know, but jeez. Oh, and I thought of the stars, and they resembled the stones on the pedal of the river, the bottom of the river, where I was fishing, and I can't eat fish because, the fish is there, and it's just not satisfying, and, well, what do you get? A couple of, sunnies out of the river? Of course it wasn't going to be anything worth really eating. Now, if you'd gotten yourself a tuna, that'd be one other thing, isn't it? You know how big tunas are? Good heavens. They're monstrous, massive fishes. You can eat for practically the entire winter on a tuna. Not that you would want to, of course, but, some variety would be nice. But I ate Indian bread, molasses and Indian corn ground up. Bet you didn't do the grinding, though. Using wild yeast. Ooh. Indian sourdough, Indian corn, and molasses makes a fine loaf of bread. I don't think. Sounds more like porridge to me. Yes, I know. Terrible woman. Well, look, it's either this, or I gotta pay attention to current politics, and that's all ridiculous in its own way. So. Well. Of course, I could just forget the Transcendentalists, who are going into realists by the time you get to Walt Whitman. Because you can't do war poetry while, during war. There's nothing pleasant. But Emerson met him. Walt Whitman, that is. Ingersoll. I love Robert G. Ingersoll. Some of his orations were hilarious. Oh, my Lord. Especially like the picture of a man swimming for his life through the surf. Swimming for his life. And you having the gall to ask him for a weather report. And expecting to get one. Oh, Lord, what an image. Well, it's a little wet today. Wish Canada thinks it was a little wet today. It would have been nice. Yeah, the air quality today was very bad. So naturally, what was I doing? Out in the... Never do what she's supposed to, this terrible woman. Anyways. I hope this lightened your load a little bit today. If so, please subscribe. You don't have to go to Patreon, but it would be nice. And hopefully, I will get through the rest of my stuff that I'm reading. Did you ever try dysautonomia? You can't. That's when even the basic system doesn't work right. I mean, it's one thing if you break a leg. But if you can't keep your, your heart rate pumping at a decent, boring lub-dub, you're kind of up the creek, aren't you? Come on now. Get it together here. Well, that's one of the things if you're going to look into maintaining people's health, you're going to have to consider these things. But assuming your autonomic nervous system is working properly, the rest of it is easy. It's when you don't have it working properly that you run into stiff issues. Yes. In any case, I hope this helps. Thank you for coming, and please do come again.